All right. Okay. Nice.
So fun. I love you.
Love you too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
We did Chipmunk.
Chipmunk 1212.
We asked if anybody's listening.
We did, and it turns out there's a lot of people fucking listening, man. There's a lot of people listening.
I'm gonna be honest, right? I'm gonna be very transparent here. This isn't something we want to try get into, and it's something that we kind of have always said we won't do. But this part's actually being re-recorded, and I'll give a bit of an explanation why. Basically, we obviously touched on some subjects last week, which caused kind of quite a bit of a stir and quite a lot of offence to a lot of people. So we recorded the episode and we kind of touched on. I'll be honest, we were just trying to give our view on it and we're trying to explain or whatever. And then after we did the episode, I did an Instagram video because I personally wanted to kind of apologise and kind of say my piece on it without it being on the podcast, it to be my own personal thing. And then like kind of I'd say about 2-3 minutes after I posted that video, I got some messages from friends of mine, some people who I'm not necessarily as close with, just kind of saying that maybe I didn't fully understand like the offence I had caused, and they were just talking to me. It was more of they were just explaining that I was just defending what I said, opposed to actually acknowledging what I said.
Yeah.
And because I'll be honest, when we recorded last week, it didn't come from a bad place, but I realise this now is it's not about that. It's about the things we said carry maybe a deeper meaning than me and you even realised, and I feel like it's something that I thought I was quite. I'll be honest, I thought I was quite educated on the subject, and it turns out I'm not. I'm not as educated as I thought I was, and I want to put my hands up and be like, you know what, I didn't realise, all this stuff, and. So after I had all these messages, I listened back to the podcast and I didn't sit right with me because I was like, I want to come on here and I want to apologize. I want to apologize for the comments I said, because I didn't realize the damage they may cause. I didn't realize that people would get upset by them. I didn't even understand that they carry a bit more like deeper rooted things than I could ever even figure out. And I think it's easy because me and you, I said we always say we love women. Like I've got 4 sisters.
Yeah.
Like
brought by a single mom.
Yeah. So we've grown up on it, and we were almost, I think, when we're speaking about it, almost like, yeah, well, we love women. So what's the problem? And
exactly.
It's like that was the problem. That's the problem, isn't it?
I think a big issue, obviously, because we know each other fairly well, we're forgetting that it's not just our friends and not families that kind of see these podcasts, so they know us well enough to know, Bradley and Ben are very down-to-earth people. So they don't mean no offence by what's being said. We've got to take into account that there's other people that don't necessarily know us that well.
Exactly.
That will see it for face value. And even for those people that do know us, obviously I've got several people that know me fairly well that were offended, and rightfully so as well. I think initially, as we're both opinionated people, we kind of went, oh yeah, but they've just misconceived what the point we were trying to put across about XYZ. And initially it was just about the whole music thing, when I was just like, oh yeah, but this WAP music is kind of taking it away from female artists that deserve to have a limelight on them because they release good music with good substance. And then people were like, oh yeah, but you also were talking about OnlyFans, and you're also talking about the whole body count scenario, and there were several things that you said in there that could be offensive as well. And then I was just like, and I was like, you know what, this isn't something that I'm going to defend myself on, because the subject itself isn't necessarily something where I should be opinionated on it. Yeah. It was like, listen, when you deep what the subject is about and about women, I can understand how they'd feel about it. And men as well, both male and female, obviously felt a type of way about it.
And I think we didn't, and something that was a good point is we didn't even acknowledge it from the other side.
Yeah.
So you can have a conversation about these things, and I think that's okay, but it's got to be a balanced
100%.
And look at it from both sides. It's something that we do quite a lot, and I think I'd say we're pretty good at on a lot of subjects where we kind of play devil's advocate and go, okay, well, what about this scenario, or what about like this? And on that certain subject matter, we didn't do that. And yeah, so I for me it was just and Brad as well, when we kind of listened to the episode back, we just were like, that isn't us. That isn't us. That isn't how we feel. And it was only from having them conversations and becoming a bit more educated on the subject that I just wanted to like personally apologise, not for cause and offence, but actually like using those words.
Yeah, and
it's one of them, because I know it's easy to say, sorry for offending you, but realistically, I'm sorry for using like certain terms or you know, forever coming across like I feel, because listening to it back, I could understand my song, could think that I think those things, and I'm actually a bit embarrassed when I listen to it back. Like, for me personally, I'm a bit embarrassed when I listen to it. I'm just a bit like, that isn't how I feel. That isn't how I look. And I know we come on here and it's very unscripted. We'll chat. We'll do whatever.
Exactly.
And all it takes is for, you know, we say something wrong, and you kind of kick yourself afterwards. And I feel like it would be wrong of me to not address that and not kind of just put my hands up.
Yeah, and I think the thing is, we've mentioned this several times. Like, we record this, I wouldn't say live, but there's no edits, there's no outtakes, and people think the thought process put behind a podcast, maybe it does happen on other podcasts, but on this one, it's like, what are we talking about today? Oh, we'll talk about this. Cool. Press record. Go. Like, we don't take enough thought process, especially on this topic. We should have really thought about it. Even maybe add a female host to kind of add another aspect to it and whatever. So, understandably, people got pissed, and rightfully so as well. So I think moving forward, we're taking it as a learning curve. Like
100%,
yeah.
And we want this platform to reiterate. We want this platform to be a positive one. We don't ever want to go down the route of this being a controversial.
Exactly.
Yeah, you were saying we're not trying to be the Piers Morgan.
Yeah, we're not the Piers Morgan of podcast. You know what I mean? We're not purposely going, you know what, get a couple of views. If we do this, it's going to be controversial. People listen. Like, that's not what we're trying to achieve at the end of the day. Don't get me wrong. Not everything's going to be all daisies and all smiley and all jokey. There will be maybe subjects that we do cover, but of course we won't.
I think we just need to be more educated on talking on certain things. And
100%.
it's something I realise, being more educated. If you're going to touch on certain subjects, be more educated and don't give such a ignorant view on it without
thought process.
Thought process. Don't just go into it and chat about it and not think about the consequence of your words. So I just putting our hands up. You know what, we hear you. We hear you, and I appreciate everyone that's messaged and had the conversation. And please encourage you, if I ever say anything that offends anyone, have the conversation, because sometimes it's not meant by offence, and I might not realise, and it only it's from those conversations that I actually realise
we're learning at the end of the day, aren't we? Do you know what I mean? Like, I've had a couple of people where I said, like, some people took offence to the podcast. And I've had people go, I'm not going to lie, I was a bit offended as well. And I was like, why didn't you tell me? Yeah. Like, please feel free to give feedback and that without preferably slating us to the ground.
yeah. Because that's what I mean. We're like open guys, and I feel, that episode, the last episode, doesn't reflect how I feel, and I don't think it doesn't 100%. Reflect how you feel.
Like, I said several things when I listen back on it, and I go, I'm very much someone who says things without thinking. And now I'm on a podcast, I'm like, shit, I could get myself in trouble here. And sure enough, that's happened. So maybe it was a matter of time, and it's kind of a bit of a wake up for me where I've got to go, okay, think about things before you speak. And just to reiterate, I apologise. And I promise you, we're going to keep on trying to be educated on things. We're going to try give a balanced view when we talk about stuff, looking from both sides on any subject matter we do. And yeah, as I said, we re-record this, so we're going to go into our normal podcast now, but I just felt like we wanted to kind of address this properly. Yeah. And hopefully we haven't lost your faith. Yeah, we love you women at the end of the day, do you know what I mean? Yeah. So,
like, we don't want to, do anything to kind of cause any more hurt or anything. So yeah, enjoy the podcast. And yeah, goodbye.
And please feel free to listen to the whole podcast, because we promise we try our best not to say anything to open up another can of worms.
100%. All right, enjoy.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
what have you been saying?
Not a lot, to be honest. Obviously, got the new England piece. I thought this was pretty nice.
Yeah, it's nice, man.
Nice. See, Soccer Aid was yesterday as well.
I didn't even know this was going on. I see it all over the feed.
It's a bit of a gimmick, but it's nice enough. It's for charity. And
I saw they had Maya Jama. She was doing commentary. It's every time I see Maya Jama now, it's only because I watch you love her.
I smirk every time you mention it. You're doing to me, girl. But it's like the celebrities and whatever. So basically, you have an England team, obviously English players, versus the rest of the world, who obviously, of course, won't be from England. You've got like football legends, but you've also got like celebrities and whatever. But there's a guy in there called like Young Philly. I mentioned to you before, he was like a YouTuber, and that kind of came up, and boy from London, whatever. A lot of people may know like Chunks, who's like his best friend. Yeah. But when he scored, man, it was absolute scenes. He's run over to Chunks, who's on the sideline, like hugging him, all emotional. All that. It was nice, man. But obviously, it's more nice for, I guess, for a young guy growing up, like if you follow their stuff, like he was a bit of a comedian and does comedy on YouTube, like I said, and whatever, and bits and bobs and like social media. So when you grow up seeing these guys, they kind of see them make something of themselves just from doing that and being like a big personality. It's nice, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah, 100%, man, 100%. I'm literally on this first day of this like healthy eating. That's why I'm not drinking rum. Mate, it's killer. It's just, I look at that empty bottle.
but for advertisement
Yeah,
reasons,
but I'll drink it. If they send me a bottle, I'll drink it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I'm trying to do this healthy eating thing. But I just think we didn't even fucking note the fact it's episode 10 as well.
Oh, fuck.
In episode 10.
We had all these
First time we
plans.
did it,
I
yeah.
was like, yeah, what we'll do, we'll get party bangers, yeah? You know, like, woo, psh. I'll come in a full suit and all this, and whole ideas went out the window, didn't they?
Yeah, after all the controversy, we're like, all right,
Episode
nah,
100.
we had to start serious. You were talking about getting turtlenecks.
Yeah,
Yeah, that for
like
laughs.
10 o'clock news. Bachelor, like, have a solicitor with us in the room or something.
Yeah,
like
mate.
that.
I was just thinking, you even had a little notepad. I saw something where I don't know where you put.
Yeah.
You turned up a notepad, had notes written down.
It wasn't
everything.
about that, by the way, just to put it out there. It was just
it was
because
literally like
I'm a creator, okay? So I just jot down my ideas, do you know what I mean?
You don't want to read what was in that notebook.
Yeah, you don't want to see what's in there, man.
But so we were like a bit stuck this week because I'm not gonna lie, we were pretty much consumed with all of that stuff that went on. So we were like thinking, what can we discuss? What can we discuss on this week? And the one thing that come out of me, it's for me and Brad start, we have a little kind of like 30-second catch up, like anything you want to talk about. And Brad was like, let's talk about music while you're having sex. And I was like, all right, okay, cool. I got nothing else to talk about, so yeah, let's.
Fucking hell. The thing is, as well, like you said, we chat for like 30 seconds. We genuinely like don't really plan it, and it's like, all right, let's get to work, son. Let's get in, and then like we'll chat about this, we'll chat about that. But usually it smoothly transitions into that conversation. Whereas now he's just gone. You remember when you said you wanted to talk about music during sex? Would you bring that up?
The stage is yours, mate. The stage is yours.
Run away with it. Take the mic.
But yeah, music during sex, mate.
Yeah, so obviously I had to be very careful after last week talking about music and sex and whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I mean...
Now you're merging them all together.
Yeah.
The irony. Irony.
Sorry. But yeah, I mean more so during the act. Like, people listening... I'm trying to keep it PG.
Mate, the thing is funny is I've just literally put you on the spot and I'm just excited to see
I know.
Now I'm literally sat back like, let's see where he goes with this.
Like, it would have been so much more creative and like fun if like it was just nice to segue in.
I just want to watch to see how you just...
like, just sex and music
like,
and
how do you want to create a debate about this?
Yeah, so like, I won't talk too much about personal experiences and details and whatever. Fucking hell, Ben. But yeah, like, can you listen to it? Because from my personal experience...
Can you listen to it?
I mean, you know, when I say can you listen, does it not put you off?
Nah.
It doesn't put you off?
Mate, I find it weird if there's no music.
Okay, do you put on a playlist? Because what I used to do is, obviously, if you live with parents and whatever, you got to put a bit of background noise and turn it up a bit in you. And I used to put like BBC One Extra on, but as you can imagine...
There's a grime set on.
Pow!
Yeah, I'm leaving
literally on my life now. That's what I was going to say. Lethal Bizzle Pow came on one time.
Nah, you can't be.
I won't tell you the rest of it.
Nah,
yeah,
mate,
it came on, and
no.
I was just like, where did you draw the line? Or even if it's like, I think I've tried it before, like putting on like Trey songs or something, but the neighbours know my name, and I'm like, oh shit, it's about to go down.
Mate, I find it so funny. Like, there's a story. Like, I won't say any names, but a few of my friends went away to Big Dave. We'll call him Dave. Yeah, we'll call him Dave. Dave went to Dave and a couple of his mates went on holiday somewhere.
Yeah.
Dave, you know, got a little bit lucky on a night out. Ended up going back to the hotel or whatever. Yeah. And so Dave's upstairs with this lady, and
he's upstairs.
Yeah, so you know he's upstairs. I'm not going to talk about what they're doing, but they're obviously. And then Dave's friends come back, and obviously they're walking through the hotel.
And you was with those friends?
No. So I wasn't here.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't here. No. So Dave's friends have come back, and
You're definitely Dave. I'm sorry.
all they can hear.
You're definitely Dave.
I'm not Dave. No, I'm not Dave. But no, and as they're walking through, all they can hear is like these proper deep love songs. The saxophone like.
harp and stuff playing.
The big love band. So they've gone upstairs and they've been like, "What the fuck's going on in there?" And obviously they're peeked in, and it's obviously like he's doing his business. But yeah, it's just funny, like, because some people I know, they actually create playlists, so they'll have like a set playlist. But I always think that's weird to me, because I'm like, if you've got your set playlist, it must get a bit mundane if you're listening to that playlist all the time. Yeah, like, it depends obviously how often you're. Yeah,
because people say you should spice things up in the bedroom, especially like if you get married and you're getting older and whatever. But by spicing it up, do you just get a new playlist? Yeah. I mean, what do you do?
I'll spice it up. I want a channel. Channel X? Is that what they call it on Spotify? The Spotify playlist. I don't. Channel X. No, there's a playlist. Oh yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I was actually thinking, because that actually sounds weird, doesn't it? Channel X. Yeah. But yeah, you put on like all your,
those Freeview channels back in the day on Sky or something.
I want to spice things up tonight. Let's stick on Release Radar. Yeah. None of us know what's coming on.
It's gonna get dangerous, love. Why is that? I'm putting it on shuffle.
But yeah, it must be weird, because especially if you have this special playlist, you're the lady who you're partaking these partaking these activities with. They would hear that first song, the intro. It would be like, they know what time it is. If you play this song, it'd be the biggest hint, wouldn't it? Like,
yeah. And can I like verify something as well? Yeah.
They call me Hove. Hey to the Ovi. You had.
It's got to be Big Popper, isn't it? Yeah. Biggie Smalls.
You need like the perfect intro though. I'm trying to think what the best.
I'm looking for a nasty girl.
Don't talk. Whoa, don't call girls nasty, man. Come on.
No, it's a song.
Have some respect, bruv.
Sorry.
I'm joking. Yeah, mate, you'd have to.
Well. Oh, yeah. That's a good example. We won't go back on it, but that song was a bit, you know what I mean? That Nasty Girl song, it was a bit.
That was sick. That was the.
Fucking love that song.
That's the song. That's what we need. No, I'm joking. Jesus. But yeah, it is weird one, man. I think if you're doing.
And is it the? I don't want to discriminate. Is it the partner? I won't say Mrs. or fella or whatever. Is it the partner? Or do you ever do it if you're just hooking up with someone? Because I can't say I've ever done it just hooking up with someone. Like, I'm not that ballsy. But if
you never took music on if you're.
No, I'm saying like if it was obviously if it's like. It's not an easy subject for me to talk about. I'm sorry.
You literally was like, well, you don't put music on. You go, what the.
Hold that thought. Hold that. No. Fucking hell. But I'm saying, if you're in a relationship, it's probably easier to put on. But could you ever bring yourself to do it if you were just hooking up for the first time only with someone?
More so if you were just doing that, man.
No, because surely, like, if that's not something they're used to, you've not pre-warned them.
No, I would. I'd be like, I hope you're a fan of Barry White.
Clap, clap.
Yeah. I hope you like Luther Vandross.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you've got
Poundland petals and that on the bed.
But I was talking about this the other day. I feel like if you go to someone's house, I feel like there's got to be like anywhere you go, you got to have ambience. Ambience is very important.
Feng shui.
So you've got to have because if you go to someone's house, if there's no music on, no nothing on, not that there's awkward silences.
Oh yeah.
No, but it's what I'm saying. But it's the same thing. I feel like
not during the act though.
No, especially if but that's what. No, obviously not silence during an act. I'm saying if there's no music to kind of the ambience isn't right. Then it's a bit weird, isn't it? I feel like it's a bit disjointed. Oh.
No, you can't. We're busy here.
We're busy here. No Weatherspoon's breakfast.
Has he looked up?
So, yeah. Mate, every time you can hear people.
Dave, just go back upstairs.
But no, like, I just feel like, I feel it's important. If you're asking me.
That was important. Yeah.
Honestly, you need a bit of music.
Okay, from personal experience, I want to see you stutter it now. What have you put on your playlist if you have to know? Being honest, don't sugarcoat it.
A bit of reggaeton.
Go dirty wine, go dirty wine.
I put a bit of reggaeton on. Nah, like, do you know what was always like a go-to? This was when Weeknd, I think, first popped off. The Weeknd was.
Oh yeah, that's not bad.
So that
was his first
trilogy or something.
I really liked these. I think it was a mixtape called The Bloom Party or something before that. Yeah, it was that mixtape on. You remember?
I'm not massively into
man.
it. Yeah.
I'm not to be that guy. Oh, but when he blew up, I didn't like him anymore.
I liked him before everyone knew about him.
Yeah, his previous stuff was really good. I think he had something called like The Bloom Party or something like that. And it's one of those things where someone fact checks me and it's called like House Party or something. Yeah, forgive me.
But I feel like you can't, because if you put something, this is the thing, right? So I feel like if you're going to play some music, you can't obviously stick some music on which is really obvious. So you probably so you got to have something that's like a fine line between if you were just chilling and chatting.
That's a shout.
The music's kind of suitable.
Natural.
Or if it's like going somewhere else, that the music's also suitable.
Or just
like, you have to be a DJ.
Or just trick them, guys and girls and whatever. But you could like play like a very casual song at first, and then you could start to, you know what I mean, cue the right songs at the right time.
You got to be queuing them songs one after another. Be like, all right, cool. I'm just trying to think of songs off the top of my head now.
Towards the end, to get it a bit more up tempo. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, you got to slowly work through the tempo. Start with like R&B, build up to a bit of hip hop.
At the start to start or something.
When you go through the grime stages, where you know you're getting close to the end, then end with the fucking
literally
some jungle.
Split seconds when you're about to, I say it's politely end. Just put Pavarotti on. Oh.
Stupid. But yeah, man, like I don't know, it's one that I've never actually had that conversation before. No one ever. This is the thing, like when you're younger, no one ever goes right during certain things. They come do your little sex education at school, don't they? They fucking put the Johnny on a cucumber.
Yeah, and it's like this 10 is inches, and you're like, oh fuck.
looking at it like, wait a minute, I don't have this. My cucumbers. It's more like a gherkin.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
But yeah, they never talk about like the. I feel like the important parts is, as I said, the ambience, the nuances, the the incense.
If you make
around
a bit
the room.
of effort in it, do you know what I mean?
Because you're not doing any incense, you're not lighting any candles or anything.
If you genuinely done that before,
that's important.
You're fucking lighting that.
Yeah.
You're one of those people like light sage, fucking like light sage around the
sex. We found Brad's kryptonite.
It's been a long week.
If Brad talks about sex,
I just slowly self-destruct. Get all clammy.
But no, I've never actually let it. The one thing I did get, and it was like a big investment to me.
Whoa. What did you get?
Was a mood lamp in the room.
But
But it was like, I bought it for like £10 on Amazon. It was like that was again when you're younger, you kind of think, all right, a little bit of.
I'd already done that way back, son.
Yeah. Would you like a bit of red?
Do you know what you need to start doing? The whole dehumidifier thing. Do you know what's that blow out smoke and shit?
Do you know what? I see them and they look sick.
Yeah, they are pretty good.
But that's the other thing. Your room's got to smell nice. You can't have a smelly room, man.
Yeah,
man. Some stinky room.
As guys, you know what I mean? Smell the sweaty ball bags in your room and you've got a girl around. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It's not the motive. There's like waterfall ones as well. And it's like dehumidifier things. Like the smoke slowly like comes down it.
Have you ever seen the ones that make your room into like the stars are all on the sky? So it's like a lamp, but it like kind of panoramically sprays this light around the room.
Yeah.
So it's like stars and it'll spin round, so it looks like you're in a galaxy.
Yeah, yeah. I had that when
That's me, mate.
I had that when I was like 8 years old, mate. Fucking hell.
Yeah, mate, they're in now. Do you know, it's one of them. Like when you're 8, it was cool, and now
those glow in the dark stars that you put on the wall.
Yeah. Imagine if you had them still, like, turn the lights off, I've got a treat for you. I hope you like the Milky Way.
My friend told me as well, I won't hot him up, bless him.
Him up?
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do it. But he was like to me, when he was on Tinder, he's a bit younger than me, so he was on Tinder, he was active and whatever. And he was like, I can't bring back this girl, rah, rah. And then, anyway, he brought the girl back, but he explained to me while he was embarrassed to bring it back, because he had Rob Van Dam jumping off the top buckle. Like, got like, stickers on his wall.
Wrestler.
He's got wrestlers and like, stickers everywhere. Imagine that, like, literally above your headboard, you've got Rob Van Dam about a frog splash onto the bed. Like,
this is why I genuinely want to get at some point, and we will have like guests on here. But I would love to know a woman's point of view if like she meets this guy, go on this really great date, and everything's all gone brilliant. Yeah. Then they come back
and they see that,
and they see a wrestling poster. Is it really that big of a deal? Yeah. Would that be like a? Because you think if you go back anywhere and you just saw something like, I don't know, like a Britney Spears poster or something. Do you know what I'm saying? Just it's like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
yeah. If they were drunk, they probably don't care. Not like they would be drunk. You know
fucking
vice versa though.
Fucking hell,
vice versa.
We're
gonna get cancelled.
We're cancelled.
Vice versa. Let me put that out there. Do you know what I mean?
Fucking
if you go to her house and she got loads of teddy bears and out on the bed.
But you know, I was robbed of like I don't know if you've got like this is.
Hold that thought, rude boy. Can you pass me the smoke tin, please?
Oh yeah, of course. Can you talk while I do this? It's just an awkward silence while I get the fucking.
Give me my fucking pipe.
Yeah, because I moved out when I was like, I think I was like 15, 16 when I moved out from living with my mum. So I was deprived of all them fucking, them awkward moments where it's like, whatever happens.
You're blessed, mate.
No, but I find them stories so funny. They crack me up when it's like,
Not to give too much like backstories and that, but I remember when I was younger, I must have been about like 16, man. Like not long, obviously lost the V thing and all that. We talk about sex, man. I just can't get my words out.
We'll change up.
And I remember I was during the act, we'll say, and I got a knock on my bedroom door, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, Mum, what do you want? She's like, I've made some chicken nuggets. Do you want some? And I was just like, oh my god.
And you were like, hold on one sec, Mum. Do you want some chicken nuggets?
I actually did have chicken nuggets.
Would you like some chicken nuggets? Because my mum's going to do this.
I'm pretty sure I had the chicken nuggets, to be fair, yeah. Fucking hell.
Oh, mate, it's fucking brilliant. But yeah, mate, well, the only other thing we had really to go over was, so we're thinking of like kind of funny things we can talk about, because it's one of them, like when you're just got the mics going, you just try and think what kind of shit you can chat. So I thought, be really creative. We'll go on to Google and type in funny questions.
It proves our point now, like we don't rehearse this shit.
It's no fucking, it's fucking cowboy.
Let's see what we got.
Right, I only said like 5 of them, rather than us doing like 100.
No pressure.
So, all right.
They're not questions for me, are they?
No, we'll both answer them.
Yeah,
but
cool.
like, so what's invisible but you wish people could see?
My dick.
Your dick's invisible. Your dick's invisible.
It's somewhere down there. Nah, what's invisible?
No, do you know?
Is that a riddle?
No. So I wish you could see.
Oh, was it quick? Oh my god, I'm fucking slow. I just asked if it was a riddle. Sorry, go on.
Fucking riddle.
Jeez.
I wish you could see, knowing people like farted or something. I wish you could see, so no one can fucking blame anyone else, and you could see like who's done it whenever. Because mate, think how funny that would be. You would just have a green fucking smoke around you.
Your stomach would be so.
No, but
sore.
I'm very well mannered and I don't do those things. So
yeah, of course not, mate.
Don't do those things.
Of course not. Like I went round your gaff and you was fucking.
So every time you go into graphic detail, you talk about one subject and you're like, yeah, fucking bollocks stinking gaff hat. Fucking, your fucking mic's over.
Oh Jesus.
Why is your mic so low as well? I just realised this.
My mouth's down here. Yours is like in line with your fucking.
Oh, is it? No, look, my mouth. Yours is literally like below your chin.
Yeah, nah, it's all good, man.
Well, you didn't answer.
So
that.
you didn't let me answer it. So what was your answer? Fart.
I told you farts. Yeah.
My answer would be, what's not visible that you wish was visible.
We'll come back to it.
Yeah, my thought process is invisible.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, what sport would be the funniest to add a mandatory amount of alcohol to? So
you should have to get drunk.
No, so for example, it's like if you're playing football, for example, like whoever scores has to like do 3 shots or something. So do you know what I mean? Like something within the rules. So for example, in boxing,
it's got to be boxing, isn't it?
No, but boxing's kind of like you go down the pub anyway, isn't it?
Oh, that's very true.
Do you know what I mean? You go down the pub and it's pretty much is that. It's just everyone's fucking drunk out on the scrap.
It's got to be ice hockey, innit?
Fucking mate, they're already
Imagine trying to skate around on fucking skates after you've had
like Bambi on ice.
After you've had sambucas. Not to like delve off, I went ice skating the other night.
Did you? I actually saw that on your thing, yeah.
Yeah, on a date. Do you know what I mean? And like, word of advice,
I don't want to go on about it, but
do you know what I mean?
That's what no one's talking about. I'll dig on a date.
Yeah, but as a guy, like we get these ideas. Oh, really nice. Maybe if I take my ice skating, unless you can skate and you're like a hockey player or something, you have no business getting on the ice.
Nah, mate.
Mate, my like arse and my legs were so tensed up. Yeah, by the end of it, I was exhausted. Because I was proper like windmilling my arms around trying to catch myself like for an hour. It was just exhausting.
Mate, I find it the thing that annoys me the most whenever you go ice skating, because I'm not I'm not a good ice skater, is when you've got someone who's fucking really good and they make a point of like skirting past you, spraying the ice, they're going backwards, fucking shimmying.
That's so fucking true. There was a guy that was skating past us, and just as I was getting the hang of it, there was like loads of fucking people there as well. It was making me nervous because I was like, oh my god, if I fall, I'm fucking knock over a little kid. He had one hand in one pocket and he had his phone in selfie mode skating around and looked at me funny. I felt like going, I may break my back trying to falling over on this ice, but I'm dragging him fucking down with me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mate, this is what I mean. It's just fucking... honestly, I'm just coming off these questions real quick. Do you actually have, I've never actually asked you this, have you got like a favourite artist of all time?
What, as in music?
Yeah. No, like your fucking artwork.
Van Gogh. Yeah, I'm a Picasso fan, man. Yeah.
But no, like music. Like, do you have like a... Because no one's got their top 3 or the top 5 or whatever, but do you have like a favourite favorite artists of all time.
Based on like just because I enjoy it the most, or because I listen to it the most?
Well, we'll do both. Like whichever. Oh no, I was gonna say which
do
one.
both.
Which one's your favorite, and which one do you think's the best?
Longevity, as in just because I've listened to it my whole life, is Oasis, which will probably surprise a lot of people. What's funny about that?
Because in my head, it's my fault again for not making my point clear. Because I was thinking like, all right, we'll get into like the rappers, showing like Jay-Z big enough. No, but it's just like, and you're like, yeah, well, my defo top one is Oasis. I was literally not expecting that.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I say to a lot of people. Like, listen to a lot of different genres, but more so because I grew up in it. Like, Cancel State, lad. Oi, oi, oi. Not that I've not mentioned that 1 million times. Fucking hell.
If you did a drinking game of every time you said Council State,
yeah,
you'd be battered.
I'd be like, oh, there's a fight kicking off. Hang on, sound I'm from a Cancel State. No, but the point I was making is like basically you used to grow up and go into pubs and whatever, and that's all you'd hear on the fucking jukebox all the time. So I kind of had that with family and whatever growing up, and so that's that. And rap wise, it's probably Biggie Smalls, man. I prefer Tupac, which is weird for me to say that, but Biggie Smalls just because, like, when I discovered him.
So you reckon Biggie's the best, not necessarily your favourite, but you reckon he's the best?
Tupac's. I prefer. No, I'd say Tupac's better than Biggie, but Biggie's my favourite.
Yeah. I'm more of a Tupac fan. It's weird because they've been doing these like 10v10 or I can't remember what it's called, like the song for song.
Yeah. I've only discovered that recently.
Yeah, so I haven't really watched any of them. I've just looked at like the track list and the songs. So it's like if you did
hit for hit.
Yeah, and I always thought Biggie. I prefer Tupac, right? Yeah. Same as you prefer Tupac, but I always thought Biggie's more of the favourite because he's got more of the like the club songs. He's got more of like the commercially.
Yeah.
So, even though obviously Tupac has that, but I reckon Biggie had it a bit more. But when I looked at that kind of song for song list, Tupac actually like did like a pretty good job on Biggie. I wish I had the list in front of me so I could obviously go through them. But yeah, I was really surprised because the whole time I was like, yeah, Tupac had substance. He talked about like that stuff, and then Biggie was more like. Because he had the most distinctive voice. Yeah. And he had the sickest flow, like the whole aura about
when
him.
you said like Tupac kind of had one on him, like I said, I prefer him as well because the substance in the music. Like Biggie Smalls talks about life and stuff as well, but not to the same extent that Tupac did. And like his body of work was crazy from like early days of like, have you heard of like, Brenda's Baby?
Yeah, Brenda's Got a Baby,
Yeah, stuff like that. But I would have thought hit for hit. I would have thought Biggie Smalls in terms of like flow and like I said, he's just got that swagger to it, man.
But they had them interesting. Sorry to interrupt you. But they had those interesting like categories on there. So they'll say like so who had the better diss track, for example, and it's like so people argue Biggie had who shot, and everyone was like obviously. It's Tupac, obviously. That song.
Obvious?
Yeah, that's mate to me. That's
shot is fucking sick.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's not about that being shit and that being good.
Yeah.
They're obviously both two fucking top artists, so they're obviously both going to be great. But
and so it's cut you off. You could argue though, like Outlaws were on the Hit 'Em Up track. It wasn't just Tupac, whereas the send for Tupac was just Biggie.
But then they even argue that wasn't even about Tupac, didn't they? As well. So it's like, could you even class that as a diss track?
Yeah, but that's very true. But I swear Biggie tried to say it wasn't about him as well, didn't he?
Bollocks. Bollocks. But no, I just find it interesting. Yeah, I've never asked you. I just always it's interesting because I always see that argument because like with whenever you do that, it literally sounds like Darth Vader. All I can hear is. But
sorry.
Because I always one of the best breakdowns I heard was like what was it? Biggie had flow, Tupac had heart, Eminem had both. Which was quite an interesting thing, like because Eminem does obviously have the flow. Like I'm not talking about recent Eminem, obviously. I feel like. But it's so hard with music because you've got artists who, for example, like Jay-Z, for example. For me, he's so fucking like he's had such a long time, longevity.
Yeah,
that
word's important, man.
Don't get me wrong, he's got a couple albums which not great, but even like his last album he put out, that 444. I even listened back to that what's it called, the Monty. Why is my brain gone blank? It's the one with like Mona Lisa on there and Fuck With Me, You Know I Got It. It's
it's not the one with Kanye, is it? You know what
about? No, it's his own one. I'm literally going to load it up because I remember.
Fuck With Me, You Know I Got It.
Yeah, that song with Rick Ross, but the whole album
He doesn't put a lot of his music on Spotify.
Yeah, it's a Magna Carta, Holy Grail. That's it.
Oh, okay.
So his past two albums have been fucking incredible. And before they had the song
Blueprint stuff is just
and even like Reasonable Doubt. Like, so he's had a chance to have this longevity and kind of prove his thing. And so that's like, even Eminem, for example. Eminem hasn't has been as consistent and as, do you know what I mean?
True.
So it's like Jay-Z, I feel like, is so overlooked in that regard, in terms of everyone says Biggie, Pac, and Eminem. And I know Jay-Z and Nas are obviously there, they're obviously in the conversation, but I hear more people say Biggie, Pac, and Eminem than you hear, for example.
I think you could potentially argue, as in, like, if you're talking about longevity and how relevant they've stayed over a long period of time, Snoop Dogg and whatever. Obviously, I'm not saying he was as talented as Tupac and Biggie, but would he maybe have ended up, not like it's a bad place to be where Snoop is now in regards to rap and whatever, and Hove would still be where he is?
Yeah.
You don't know.
But like, but even I just remember DMX. DMX, another one that's massively overlooked.
He's gone now. Like, he came out of prison, didn't he? And he done like he came on the BET Awards and whatever, and he done a remix of Drake's song. What was it called? I am the last hope. Last Hope. Yeah. I was just literally singing the lyrics and couldn't think of it. It's called Last Hope. He done like a remix to it. I'm probably wrong, but I'm sure he's released some stuff after. But he's gone now.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, but that's like saying Eminem's gone now. Like, even though, do you know
but
what I mean?
He's still actively putting music out though.
Yeah,
what I mean.
But no, I just mean that, like, in terms of these artists, which are like, I think are overlooked when you think of your favorite acts. Because Ludacris as well. Ludacris, another one, is fucking obviously don't really make music anymore, mate. Yeah. His catalogue of music.
That's true.
It's fucking incredible, and that's what I mean. You can only compare catalogues.
I like him as well. I'm a fan of Ludacris. Definitely.
Yeah, he's so good.
It's someone that you wouldn't necessarily search on Spotify or whatever, is it? That you don't kind of.
No, but this is what I'm saying.
When you think about it, don't you deep it.
Mate, you go search Ludacris, you'll have a great time. Like, you'll talk about songs, songs to listen to while you're like doing your business. Yeah. Just type in Ludacris, mate. That's all you need.
You still haven't mentioned Nas yet as well.
Yeah. Do you know what? I've never been a massive fan of Nas. Like, again, you can't doubt obviously how incredible he is, but it's not been like, and it's really weird because he's someone who has so much substance.
He's in that category as like some of the best, isn't he?
Yeah, but I could never really.
He's got to be top 5.
Yeah, that's and this is why it's such a hard thing because it's so subjective, isn't it?
Yeah,
like music.
It's opinion, isn't it?
What about UK like, I'd say grime acts, but UK I say MCs, but like because. Whenever you say UK artists, you've got such a broad statement to say. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But I'd say UK spitters, so MCs or rappers. Like, I don't want to put it down just to grime.
Well, fucking hell, Giggs is obviously easily up there as in regards to one of the best, just because he was a pioneer in UK rap, to be honest.
Yeah.
And that may be just my age shown in terms of when I say because of UK rap. But I remember a friend of mine who, not to sound like that guy, but when he came out of prison, he was like, had like a fucking stereo player and he had like a CD which said Giggs on it. He's like, yo, everyone's banging this, rah, 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 rah. Yeah. You got listeners, everyone in jail bangs this, rah. And I was like, oh yeah, what's it? He's like, oh, it's called Giggs. Put the CD in, and obviously it was Talking Hardest. And straight away I was like, this is fucking crazy. And then it obviously went on from there and he kind of blew up. But yeah, I think the impact from like the game that I remember from my age group and whatever, of course, was Giggs.
Yeah.
But in grime, there's not as much for me like a significant standalone artist. Obviously, there's several artists. Before you say there's several artists, is my point. Yeah. But in regards to rap, UK rap music, Giggs. And could you tell me another person in UK rap?
Wretch Fade too.
Yeah, but he was predominantly grime coming up as well.
No, he was probably one of the few who did like kind of hip hop. He obviously, I'm not saying he didn't do grime. Of course, he hopped on grime tracks and he was part of the movement and all of that stuff. But no, he primarily did kind of rap, and he was the.
Was he in the movement? It was.
Yeah, he was in the movement. Yeah.
That was grime. That was a grime.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But his solo stuff and all of his like kind of mixtapes to begin with, like Teacher's Training Day, Learn From a Mixtape, all of his stuff, even his albums that he's released, like, they've been predominantly hip hop and rap.
Yeah.
So, but don't wrong. I think Giggs obviously has had a bigger impact, of course. And he's got, again, it's the same thing when you talk about catalogue though. It's Giggs' catalogue is fucking mad. Like, so you put like Giggs' top 10 songs versus anyone's, he's gonna hold his own. Do you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like it's an interesting one I always find. But
Yeah, even like these stuff with like SN1, like when they were coming up
Yeah.
and that, what was it? You had Gunna. I should know these names. I can't
Yeah.
remember the names. You had Gunna and a couple others. But yeah, even like the stuff they put together in those early days was crazy.
yeah, I always wonder like, and I know I always talk about Chipmunk, and I always say chip, and I always like, and I know there's like a running joke with my friends and everyone knows like, oh, you just love Chip Off, but I never understand why there's so much hate for him because he's someone who like
You fucking.
Nah.
I didn't even realise we've literally up until now been slowly working our
Yeah,
way
they
up to
do,
Chipmunk.
When I was like, when you were like, well, do you want to talk about this podcast? So I knew what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah,
I wanted to get the mic on and make sure you had nowhere to go.
Nowhere to run.
Nah, but he's someone, and I do think it's something that I would love to get into a deep conversation about. We don't have to do this right now, but
I feel like, yeah, we can get into it in brief. I feel like it's something we could go on about forever, though. Like, we've had this conversation before, and you did put together a good case, I got to say. It did open my eyes a bit, and I was like, he's got a point, you know. He's got a point.
yeah, he's one of them artists who's he's obviously been around a long period of time.
Yeah.
He was about I had this argument with my friend the other day, and I was saying that he opened a lot of doors for people, and they were arguing no they didn't, no he didn't. I was like, he did, because that whole getting signed and having these commercial songs,
Yeah.
now it's so viable. You see so many artists, it's just like you can do it all yourself, and it's really like, do you know what I mean? Everyone's making these commercial songs that then blow up. So you forget when you listen back to Chip songs, and it's like him going "Oopsie Daisy,"
Yeah, yeah.
which is still a banger, by the way. I still like that song, but
Would you still listen to it now, though?
I wouldn't listen to it now, but it's a
Yeah,
banger. It's one of them like
it's
classic. But like even like
at
his
the
first
time.
album, like it's still, that was such an important part of, like, in my opinion, of UK music history. Like whether you rate it, whether you think it's shit, it's such an important part, because that it wasn't just Chip. It was like there's a bunch of artists. You had Tinchy Strider, Tiny Temper. I think come a bit after Chip, like maybe a
Obviously,
year or two.
Skepta and them guys goes without saying.
Yeah, but like, but Chip was the one who, bear in mind, he was such a young age. He was like a pioneer in terms of he was versatile, didn't get pigeonholed into being put in one box. Because even though he did then commercial songs, right? So he did, obviously I understand, he did commercial shit, whatever. But every artist has done that. Your favorite rapper, like Jay-Z's just done this Entrepreneur song with Pharrell. It's fucking awful. It's a terrible song, but it's that whole thing where Chip did that because he did it first, took all the stones for it, then went to America, did the American thing. People say it wasn't successful. I just think that album was ahead of its time. I feel like if you go listen to that album now, it sounds fucking sick. But at the time, it was like kind of not a new sound, but again for a UK artist to go do that. And then signed to the whole T.I.'s label, dropped the London Boy mixtape, which again, sick.
Some Chris Brown.
Yeah, but the song Chris Brown's sick.
It's not sick.
You say that Champion song isn't good?
It wasn't good.
My only critique of that whole song, that song is good, but like that, but my only critique of that song is if you come on a song with Chris Brown, your first line can't be when they say you can't take the T off or something like that. That was the only thing I will say. Like, but that song is sick. Like, and that's still used now. Like, still used in like promos. No, like in boxing, in UFC, you still see that song used for promos for it. So it's, do you know what I mean? It served its purpose. Then if that weren't enough, if I'm not done there, like no, this thing. Then so he did the thing. London Boy with T.I. had songs with Meek Mill. Was doing the ciphers and everything with like Izzy is what the fuck her name is. She's not relevant, but she was a big artist at the time. Did the whole cipher, the BET cipher. Then if that weren't enough, he comes back to the UK. He's already fucking like done however many years in the game. Comes back, does a little thing and says, if anyone wants it, fucking say my name, say Candyman, and I'll be there. What they do? Bugsy calls him out. All these people on. He's literally slices and dices everyone up. Literally slices them all up. That ain't enough for you. He then releases he released obviously Power Up, which was another sick project. That weren't enough for you. He then released League of My Own 2, another sick album. And if that weren't enough for you, he then dropped the Rap vs Grime. I think that was actually before, but did the Rap vs Grime. And then if that weren't enough, he then released another sick album. There's no other, in my opinion, UK artist who has been as versatile and successful in as many ways as Chip, but he's never got the credit for it. And anytime anyone mentions him, all they say is, "Oh, Chip's shit." Nah, Chip's. Oh, he did Oopsie Daisy. It was like 15 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like that's all everyone ever says.
Yeah, when you broke it down for me, I was kind of like, nah, he's got a point. I think I'm gonna hot you up for this as well because you've brought this subject on with Not Me Nan as well. Did you not say he was the UK's most talented artist and done the most? Not even just rapper. You said the UK's male artist.
Yeah, I said. Yeah. Do you know what? No. Because I know what you're getting at. So I said he's UK's the UK. In my opinion, UK's best artist. But then when you obviously break it down, you got a lot of people who are talented. So it was UK urban artist. I'd say.
Okay. Yeah.
That's where I did say that. But
do you know, not to open up another can of wormholes, Spotify have actually just literally last month changed the genre of urban for what they used to consider like black artist music urban. So they've changed that, which is brilliant, by the way. But yeah, just came across that.
Yeah. But no, it's just one of them. Like that's all I want. I don't like. I could talk about with Chip. It's because I'm just obviously a big fan of his, and people can see it as dick riding, they can see it as whatever.
Yeah.
But it's one of them. It's only because I can forgive someone saying, "Nah, he's dead. He's not my preference." But anytime he's brought up in conversation, everyone just says, "Nah, he's shit." Nah, and my friends even do it on purpose now. They'll just purposely be like, they won't appreciate it.
And like, in terms of like consistency with music, I know you've got a different feeling to it and a different opinion on it. I'm not comparing the two, but Stormzy, like since it came on, the cat. Listen, I'm not a massive fan, but I appreciate what he's done. Like if you listen back to his album, I told you, did you listen to his most recent album?
Yeah, for the record, I love Stormzy, but you can't put.
Did you listen to his most recent?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You was like, oh, it's alright.
Yeah.
And I go to listen to it again and tell me if you think, oh, it's just.
Yeah, no, mate, I've listened to it loads. Like, it's in my opinion, it's not
consistent.
But it doesn't make it a shit album. For me, saying it's not the best is that, for example, and this is the conversation I have quite a lot with people, is that if an artist releases like this Gang Signs of Prayer, right? That album is fucking like incredible. Like I put it up there with like Boy in the Corner and Home Sweet Home in terms of like a real pivotal moment in 100%. UK music, in my opinion. And
give the money's dues, man.
So that's what I mean. So it's not about. I love Stormzy, but the thing that annoys me is that he released 2 albums. It's not his fault. He's released 2 albums. His second album was underwhelming for what I expected from Stormzy.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's shit. Doesn't mean like I listened to it. It's not.
If you're comparing it to the previous. Project,
and that's what you can do. I compare, and I had this conversation before. I think this was with Dale, and I said that the issue is that artists get compared to their own catalogue. Their own catalogue. So you set the standard for what I expect. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Prime example.
But you set the standard for what people come to expect from you. So if you don't reach that, it's not the damn shit. It's just you feel underwhelmed because you're like, I know how I felt with that, and it's really hard to ever hit that point again. Yeah,
and again, just to kind of reiterate your point, I think when you compare it to Gang Signs and Prayer, I wouldn't say it had the same impact and it was as good. I still think it's a good body of work, man.
Yeah, no, it's not, mate. It's definitely got on there. It's got some incredible songs. Like, I love the one of the singles from there, the Crown song. I love that, and that's probably one of my favorite songs on the album.
Yeah.
And even like the last song, the one about Maya Jama. You told me love, oh what a gift.
Yeah.
All the time.
And he's got like ones in there where he uses like samples from like Tracy Beaker and all that.
Yeah. It's really, like I said, mate, I think it's a good album, but just compared to Gang Signs and Prayer. But my only point with when Stormzy gets brought up is that I feel like people like I can't remember who I had this debate with. No, my friend Aaron was saying this. He was saying that Stormzy is basically like he's better than he said he's better than Dizzee Rascal, and I was like. Yeah, like I get where you're coming from, but for example, you can't compare
based on
like you can't like Stormzy's like for me he just like you have to do a bit like it's nothing to do with bit talent or anything like that. You just do a bit more time. Like you obviously be about a bit longer because if Dizzee Rascal only released after 2 albums after Dizzee Rascal, if you compare that Dizzee Rascal to Dizzee Rascal now, it's very different. So you've got to wait for Stormzy. You almost got to wait for someone to have their career.
Yeah.
Before you can say.
That's a very fair point.
That's all it is. So that's when people talk about.
Sorry to cut because you could say if Boy in the Corner drop now, Gang Signs and Prayer drop now, would you say you wouldn't be able to say that then at that present point, would you?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a very good point.
So it's just that's what I mean. It's just like, I think some people are so quick to jump on, and it's not. It always sounds like I'm being a hater when I talk about it, because it sounds like me being like, no, they're not. They haven't done their time. Like, Stormzy's been about for ages, but you've got to have those projects released, be about for long enough, have the same opportunities presented to you where like you.
And when the creative juices start to dry up and that, it shows a real artist at the end of the day, doesn't it? Because when you've already spoke about things that in your life and whatever, you kind of haven't got as much to talk about, which is probably a lot of the case with a lot of rappers. So like Giggs, for example, like Giggs as of recent, I'm not gonna lie, like I listen to him, I think he's kind of done a bit of a turn, but there was a point where the music was very much the same, and it wasn't. To be honest, I was kind of like a bit disappointed. But I feel like he's finding his feet again. I like listen to his most recent album. I think it's a good album, to be honest. So
yeah. But I think that's the thing, and I'm very harsh in that. I think like my critique can sometimes be very harsh, because it's again, Storm's album's a great example of that. We will talk about, because I'm very much like, no, it's not as good as the last album, so I was underwhelmed.
Yeah.
And it makes me sound like I'm saying his album's shit, when really, yeah, good album, nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, to put out each song which is consistently a good song isn't an easy thing to do. With a lot of artists, you're just going to get an album. Yeah. A few hits in there to kind of make up the numbers, do you know what I mean? Yeah, and the kind of bangers. But like, I listened to Big Sean, like I think it's called Detroit 2.
Yeah.
It's dropped. It's poor.
It's poor. And I love Big Sean as well.
It's poor. Yeah, I was listening to it and I was like, what's this?
Yeah, I felt like the production was really bad in it. That was my thing. Like, I don't know. I'm a big fan of like real soulful, soulful production. I feel
and then he says he doesn't like Chance the Rapper.
I do love Chance. I love Chance the Rapper.
I'm joking.
Oh no, but his album. Yeah, but it's
I like that album.
Oh
man.
Come on, man! No, that album was so.
It was a good album.
Again, you got
we
debated this at the Big Day.
The Big Day.
The Big Day, because the whole song's about his fucking like wedding, but. That album, we spoke about it. Yeah. I said there's 5 great songs on there, and it's like 20 songs on there. Yeah. So a quarter of the album's good, and we went through and named the songs. I remember doing it. So I said 5 songs are good. So if you're saying to me like a quarter of the album's good,
that's a good point. Yeah.
Does that make it good album? Doesn't mean it's shit. Again, it doesn't mean it's shit. It means that it just.
But if we're talking in the days where you used to buy albums and Spotify and whatever weren't about, would you buy it based on those songs? I probably would personally.
But if I had
if it was back in the day and it was on CD,
but the 5 best songs, of course. But I would buy it just to support it, because I really like Chance the Rapper. And all of his projects he's released so far, I fucking loved.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
No, I was just gonna say it's just one of them where
like you mentioned the word support, so like I wanted to kind of touch on, like I said earlier, about the whole Young Fiddy and UK artists. It's nice to see him up and coming and that. I think like with like UK talent now, I really like push, and I think people in the UK should really support like UK talent, whether it's like fashion and that and whatever, like trap style clothing. I see something about trap style clothing the other day as well. Undercover police are starting to wear trap style clothing.
Oh, really?
How mad is that? Crazy. But so like I just think, not that everyone should start following my kind of thought process. Like I said, this is a view and opinion, man. But I think people should very much start supporting.
I think that just like, again, but even like independent places as a whole, like like if you're going out to eat, if you're going to different things, independent chains and restaurants, music, whatever it is, like if you've got like a bunch of places in your home city, hometown or whatever, you should go to the places which are like, do you know what I mean, independent, and actually like will appreciate your business rather than big chains.
And like these obviously males and females like similar age to us that are bringing out these clothing brands and whatever. Obviously, I'm a hypocrite because I wear Nike and Adidas and whatever. But if they bring out something I like, I'm going to copy it to support. And do you know what I mean? So I think a lot of people should probably do the same thing.
Mate. I agree. Right. Should we get into...
Is it that time, yeah?
That time, man. Let's open up with your track, man, because I feel like it's relevant to the podcast.
Yeah, it is. Touching again on female artists. An artist that I was familiar with before, but I'd only heard one track and very briefly heard some other tracks, and I only recently found out she was an actress as well, and she starred in the Top Boy series. Obviously your friend told me about that, which I wasn't aware of, but I went back and listened to more of her music as well, and now I've like started listening to it all. Yeah, she's a talented girl. She's called Little Simz, and my song of the week is called Venom. So go check out all of her work, and I think it will kind of express our kind of thought process behind the message that we were trying to get across in terms of like our view and opinion on it. So yeah, go check it out.
Life sucks and I never tried suicide. Mine's fucked even more than I realise. Time's up, keep it moving when she arrives. If you ever heard what I heard in my mind, never try, you would cry, that's a lie, you would die. I don't wanna ever come down from a high, I am in the best seat. From time and the next breed, if you come at me directly, don't need no one to defend me. Souls in a place even I can't get to, don't fuck with the deadly. Moon waves in open seas, quick coasting overseas. Fuck those who don't believe, they will never wanna admit I'm the best here. From the mere fact that I've got ovaries, it's a woman's world, so to speak. Pussy you sour, never giving credit where it's due, cause you don't like pussy in power. Venom. My, if you ever heard what I heard in the night, what a fright, must have been a parasite in my past life. I don't wanna ever come down from a high. My soul was sending to the sky, it's just you and I. Gone, but I'm feeling too alive, trying to get me out of spite. Someone's gotta pay, I ain't talking big amounts. Some kind of physical pain, some kind of traumatic shit. Niggas wanna see dead bodies, probably not, they ain't rolling with no automatic clips. Moving scatty, all erratic and shit. Niggas pussy looking batty and shit. Oh, you man, then come at me, you prick. Make a move, better pattern it quick. I assume you'll be coming for blood. That makes two of us, Venom. Nighttime to daylight, we roll trees, save lives and made minds that go deep. Oh, he wouldn't have guessed I'm so chill. Part of the day in the life you won't see. Part of the day in the life you can't be here for. It's the day in the life of OGs. Dealing with inner demons I won't leave. Not a word you will listen when my soul speaks. Down I go, so follow me. Actually don't follow me, nobody bother me. I'm a mess, honestly, fuck all your policies. They wanna kick me down and demolish me. Use me or fucking abolish me. I don't wanna hear no apologies. Or am I in my own head, can't tell anymore. Psychotic to the death, when I dig deep I can never find nothing left. It's a mystery, rage, nothing but rage. Can't figure out if I'm going insane. Ain't no doubt we'll be showing no mercy. So think twice if you wanna get blazed. Nothing ain't nice right here, no games. I don't wanna dart nobody in a flash. True is to stick up, hands in the air, put the money in the bag. All cash, Venom.
This is why I'm so annoyed. Like last week, I forgot to say, like when my mind went blank, couldn't think of the female. Like Little Simz is fucking.
Yeah,
dope.
again, like I said, we should have probably thought of the artist and whatnot to add a bit of background to it a bit better. But,
I think but no, that's dope, man. That's dope. Alright, I'll do it just before I fucking thank you again if you got this far.
Yeah, thanks again for listening. And yeah, feel free to give feedback and whatever. And
and please continue to do that. By the way, if anyone listening to this who was offended last week, please it's still love. I just want just reach out to us. We're open to critique. Thank you. All right, man. Oh yeah, it's fucking 10th birthday as well. It's a class of birthday on the 10th.
You ain't said nothing.
We ain't said shit about having 10th
birthday. We'll make sure when we get to 100, it's a big bash.
Big party. But yeah, my song of the week is it's called Jevon.
Love that guy.
He's a UK artist. He's dope. He does the production. He actually did I don't know how to pronounce his name. It's Pasaloo. That you don't know about that block life.
Oh yeah.
Still doing Mads on the
front.
He produced it. So he's a really good producer as well as artist, and he kind of does the singing thing and the rapping thing. Yeah. He's just dope. And this song's called Ghetto, Cinderella, but all of his stuff, he's got stuff with substances.
He's track with Big Zoo as well.
Do you know Big Zoo,
track, man.
He's just got bangers after bangers, and he's also got kind of deeper songs as well. But this one's just one that was released
I like this
a couple months ago. So
Big
enjoy Ghetto, Cinderella, Jevon.
Clean dough, sipping Verve Clico. Just check my phone, saying baby leave home. Left the crime scene from a murder she wrote. Only wanna be my lover every time she sees no. She just want lube, she don't do the gloss slipper. Happy with her boobs, but she want her ass bigger. What a rich nigga, driver Zimmer. Think I fell in love with a sinner. Thought she was my bar, my new Louis Hoochie. Tryna set me up with some niggas tryna do me. It must be the fuck they like. If I bust case once, then I'll bust case twice. Wait, should never took a chance with her. Now I know why that glass slipper don't fit her. Should've known better, first time when I met her. Bad girl forever, my ghetto Cinderella, yeah. All I need is you. All I need to know. Can you fly with me? All I need is you. I can't feel your love if you're hiding from me. So baby, what you telling me? I got something to make you never leave. You see, there's something with your energy. You said revenge tastes heavenly. See, I made a couple enemies. They switch up on me like Judas. Don't wanna see me make a nuisance. You Cinderella with them loops on. They know why my name won't die. They know why the range in white. And they know why we came in black. And they know why my main thing back. Yeah, I'm a hustle from way back when. And things don't change. Gotta make stacks when I wake up, hey. But tell them how that money never change us, hey. But baby, just come my way. All I need is you. All I need to know. Can you fly with me? All I need is you. I can't feel your love if you're hiding from me. But if you really want it, baby, you could come and get it. Muy bonita, cause you might get old Cinderella. But if you really want it, baby, you could come and get it. Muy bonita, cause you might get old Cinderella. But if you really want it, baby, you could come and get it. Muy bonita, cause you might get old Cinderella. If you really want it, you could come and get it. Muy bonita, get old Cinderella. All I need is you. All I need is you, baby. So can you come and fly with me, baby? So can you come and fly with me, baby?